Hi, welcome to Basically Books, where I basically give you the summary of a book. You can see why I gave it the title I gave it. Wade, the main character of the book, who is basically a geek obsessed with his oasis and is living in the stacks, or what they call the ghetto, in the year 2045, in the outskirts of Oklahoma City with his druggy aunt and her ex-prisoner boyfriend. Also goes as Percival and has a huge crush on Artemis. Ek is his best friend. Artemis, a famous female gunter who blogs about her life in the Oasis and is, to quote the book, a quintessential geek girl, or however you pronounce that. Ek, Wade's best friend and fellow gunter. They aren't only best friends, but friendly rivals. Daito, a Japanese boy whose brother is Shoto and is a fellow gunter. Very respectful and set in the ancient Japanese culture and respects. Shoto, another Japanese boy whose brother is Daito and is just the same as his brother. Okay, now notice I use the voice I use in quotation marks around brother and ancient because, spoiler alert, they aren't actually brothers. They are in-game brothers, and two, the ancient Japanese culture and respects are still mostly used today. I mean, it's changed its forms a lot over the years, but the roots of respect and honor are still there. So I put ancient in quotations because, well, there's really no other way to describe it. I mean, old Japanese culture? I mean, to them it's 2045, and considering the beginning of Japanese culture, at least a tangible one, can be traced back as far as 660 BC. I'd say it's ancient. Sixers, the bad guys working for the IOI and are searching for Halliday's Easter egg. Most gunters call them suckors because, to quote the book, they suck. Yeah, very original nickname. Nolan Sorrentino, if that's how you pronounce it. Sorry, I'm probably butchering this. I'm sorry! A high-level worker at IOI. Super evil dude. Like, super evil. Read the book and you'll see how evil he is. Like, he's bad. James Halliday. A guy who was obsessed with the 80s and invented the Oasis and founded the company Gregarious Simulation Systems. His death marks the beginning of the book and the Gunter fandom. Ogden Morrow. Okay, I'm sorry. They tell you how to pronounce some of the names. They don't tell you how to pronounce all the names in the book. So, Ogden. I'm sorry if that's wrong. James Halliday's best friend and co-founder of GSS, Gregarious Simulation Systems. I'm just going to call it that for shorthand to make it faster. Okay, so now that we met the characters, let's go into the story. The story begins when James Halliday dies and sends a video to all Oasis users, letting them know what's going on with the company after his death. Oasis is basically the nerve gear from SAO, but it's a full bodysuit. Now, James never got married, and he never had any kids, so he left the company and its fortune to whoever could find his Easter egg hidden in the game, thus creating the Gunter fandom. Gunters are the ones searching for Halliday's Easter eggs, but in a good way. Everyone started off with a clue that led them to the Copper Gate. That took them to a minigame, which if you won, gave you the key that would lead you to the next gate. The Gunters read his book, watched every movie he mentioned, and listened to every song he ever referenced, looking for any clue as to where the gate was. But the Gunters weren't the only ones looking. The IOI, Innovative Online Industries, sent out Sixers to find the Easter egg, take over GSS, and make everyone pay a fee to use the Oasis and make a profit. One day, Wade is sitting in his online Latin class and he figures out where the first gate was. He went in to beat the minigame to find Artemis had already known where it is. The only problem was she couldn't beat the minigame. Now everybody blows up about it and is messaging Wade. One person of which is Lauren Sorrento. He wanted to meet Wade to make a deal so that he'd help him beat the traps. Wade agreed to the meeting because he wanted to basically tell him to get lost. But because he did that, Nolan threatened to blow up his house. Wade decided to call his bluff and boom! So that happened, and he called a meeting of the High Five, the nickname given to the top 5 on the game's leaderboard, warning everyone to get away as fast as they could. Now guys, understand this, Oasis is supposed to be completely anonymous. Even the online schools, only the teachers have access to the records. So that wasn't supposed to happen. That's the only reason why he did that. Anyways, so the book continues like that. Wade is leading on the leaderboard with Artemis on his tail, followed by Ek, Daito, then Shoto. And they all kept it respectful and chill. Eventually, Artemis and Wade fall in love, and she breaks up with him because she wants to keep the friendly rivalry and focus on the hunt. Wade, heartbroken, stops egg hunting for a bit, and then goes back to discover Artemis is first on the board. Fast forward a few years, and the High Five were working on the Crystal Gate. Though now it's the High Four because the IOI had Daito thrown out a window to fall to his death. Yeah. So that's a little awkward. So anyways, Wade solves the puzzle and went to the gate and found the Sixers got there first and had the place completely on lockdown because they couldn't figure out the puzzle to open the gate. Then Wade had the crazy idea to get arrested using a fake identity he picked up along the way. Download as many of the IOI's dirty secrets as he could, send them out to the Gunters and the world. Oden, I still can't pronounce that. Odin Marrow offered them sanctuary in his mansion so that he could do their work in protection and privacy. And after an email from Wade, as the news did not get out yet, after taking Odin's offer and getting themselves ready for battle, a ton of Gunters came to help the High Five, or High Four, attack the Sixers and help them blast open the force field and get to the last gate. During the attack, Nolan self-destructed the castle, him, a substantial amount of Sixers, and the gate was in, after he watched Wade, Artemis, and Ek open the gate. He self-destructed the castle he was in along with his own men so they couldn't enter the gate. This guy is nuts because, guys, if you die in the Oasis, you can't enter that account anymore. You're in the sense of every sense of the game, you're dead and you have to start over. You lose your money, your gear, everything. And then the book's Oasis credits are used as real-life money, too. He gave up hundreds of thousands of dollars in manpower, resources, and assets. He blew it all up because he didn't want them to get in. Thankfully, Wade had a mysterious quarter that he won from playing a perfect game of Pac-Man in-game that, in true arcade game style, gave him another life. Wade made it into the minigame, but he wasn't alone long. The IOI, again, after watching Wade and the gang solve the puzzle, has set more Sixers in to play the minigame. But thankfully for everybody, Wade made it in first, got admin power and control of the company, and the first thing he did was bring everybody back to life. Okay, now we come to the part where I rate the book to my own personal taste. Now, I really enjoyed this book, and I would give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. I took off 0.5 because I wanted to save some room at the very top. If you like science fiction books and you don't mind a bit of swearing, or like SAO, you'd love this book. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry it's a bunch of random pictures and text. I can't draw or animate for the life of me. Don't forget to leave your book suggestions for me in the comments, or on Facebook, or on Twitter. I'll leave links in the description to all of them. And if you feel interested in animating for this series, hit me up on, again, Facebook or Twitter. And I'll see you next time, guys. Bye!